You are finding more and more people relocating post-pandemic and starting their dream profession, being a fashion business owner. But you may not be so knowledgeable because you're more on the creative side or just a novice in the fashion business industry. There's nothing wrong with that, but we all had to start somewhere, right? And so somewhere can be here. I'm going to let you in on the top states with the most factories and fabric suppliers for fashion brands. This will give you a clear path to planning better and starting connections with these businesses so your business can grow. Now let's get into the list. I'm going to start this list off backwards. Number 10, Texas. This southern state alone has a lot of factories in many different industries. Houston ranks as the state's largest industrial city and also ranks as the top city in the United States for number of factory manufacturing jobs. But when it comes to fashion factories, there are over 300 factories throughout this state. So if you will ever consider visiting or living to Texas, this is definitely on a lot of people's list. Number 10, Florida. I used to live in Florida, definitely in my 20s. I had a blast. I never thought I would see this state on this list. I have lived in Miami for about 5 years, but Florida has over 300 fashion factories on the Pensacola. And with that said, that's why it was a shock to me, since I was not living by the Pensacola area where majority of these factories are located. So if you are stopping by Florida or want something new, definitely check out some of these fashion factories that are in Florida by the Pensacola area of factories. Number 8, Ohio. Over 400 fashion factories are located in Ohio. Just like another state, just like another Midwest state, Ohio is notable for home fashion and leather manufacturing. There's more options for customized or unique leather finds in this state. I recently got a home designer. I don't even know what the proper name, but I've recently got an inquiry from someone who is in the home fashion, home decor. She creates like these beautiful pillows, and she asked me if I, do I coach and strategize with them? And I definitely said, this is still fashion. It's just more. I feel like it's more personable when it comes to your home. I know fashion clothes is more personable. Is more personable because you're wearing it, but your home is like your sacred place. This is where you're living. You have to, not only are you looking at it, but you have to feel at home. It's not just, I don't know, it's just a different attachment when it comes to your home. So she asked me if I take this in, and I told her, yes, I actually would be interested. I feel like this is similar to like a real accessories. Fashion accessories are like my most favorite thing to coach on or just wear. So doing this research and also helping her do her research as well, the manufacturing game definitely in the Midwest is definitely, I told her she needs to like plan and make a trip to go to this state and another state, which we will get to later, because Ohio specifically had a lot of unique leather finds. She definitely has like a Zoom call set up very soon. I'm not going to be a part of it, but I did help her, structure her questions and follow-ups and stuff like that. But I'm very interested to see how things are going to be. and very excited about her expansion because this is like very fun. So if you are in the home decor, home fashion, or just interested in leather manufacturing, Ohio definitely has it. It has over 400 fashion factories, but within those factories, you can find, customized or unique leather finds. So on to the next one, number 7, Pennsylvania. I'm not surprised by this. Pennsylvania is like a couple of doors down from New York. So I'm just not surprised that this is not a part of this. Yeah, this is a part of it. This state has over 400 factories throughout the state. Pennsylvania is very, very big. A lot of people just automatically think Philly and that's it. But, you got to go on the other side where there's Pittsburgh. And I don't know so many places because I haven't really explored. But when you just look at a map and when you just see the shape of Pennsylvania, there are far in between factories throughout the state. So not only factories, but they also do trade shows and stuff like that outside of Pennsylvania. So don't get discouraged with going to Philadelphia. There are factories throughout Pennsylvania. So make sure you search for factories in Pennsylvania to kind of just broaden your spectrum when it comes to just exercising new things for your fashion brands. So let's go on to number 6, Illinois. Illinois may not come up to you as a fashion state, but this state has over 500 factories, believe it or not. I've only been to Chicago and like the suburban area of Chicago. And yeah, I don't have like a word for it, but it's definitely big on like the manufacturing, on like mechanical stuff. I've definitely seen that area, but it's just not far-fetched that they have over 500 fashion factories throughout that state. I haven't really explored Chicago that much, and when I was there, it was strictly for work. I was there for 48 hours literally and left right out. So doing my research and just seeing the list of fashion factories in this state, I definitely can believe that it has 500 because alone, again, the mechanical part, any state that has a lot of mechanical or power plants and stuff like that, I just don't feel like it's not far-fetched for someone or somewhere has textile or a fabric mill close by. It just resonates with me for some odd reason. Number 5 on the list, New Jersey. Yes, my home state. Yes, this is where I'm from. Okay. Crazy enough, a lot of people sleep on this state when it comes to finding unique fabrics or venturing out to fashion factories because New York City is just right there. Like it's a hop, skip, and away. There are over 500 factories in the state of New Jersey alone that service fashion, apparel, and home. So if you ever wanted to live in New York City, but things are outside of your budget, we definitely understand. Just come on over and just try and consider New Jersey. I'm not just saying this because I'm a New Jersey native, but a lot of people take in consideration to live in, the northern cities and towns outside of New York, and it's very convenient for you to get back and forth to New York City. It's not New York City, but it's close enough to get you started and get your business to kind of just grow. There's a lot of opportunity and often overlooked potential when it comes to fashion needs to create for your products. So definitely consider New Jersey as one of those places for factories and fashion supplies. Number 4 on the list, Minnesota. Like the other Midwest state, Ohio, this state is also notable for fashion home. So Minnesota, this is a Midwest state. This state has over 700 fashion factories. This state has supplies that are more suitable for home fashion and jewelry makers that make their products out of metal fabrication, vinyl coating, and other tooling, which is super cool because a lot of we're in a creative age. Like, you can wear whatever. There's wearable art. So if you are into tooling or just metal fabrications, this is definitely a place to be. And also, if you are into home design, this is also another state to consider looking into for factories as well. Factories and fabric supplies as well. Number 3 on the list, North Carolina. This is another state that has a lot of factories as far as, I want to say, in the health fields. If not the health field, something else. It's slipping my mind. But taking a trip down south, okay, where this state has over 700 fashion factories. This state has a lot of colleges and universities that conducts research. So their technology may be advanced compared to others. And with that said, the factories may have this advanced feature as well. If you ever think about it, I mean, there's 3D fabric. And if you're one of those brands that incorporate that in their brand or any part of their business, this may be a place for you to consider. So why not? Think about it. Number 2 on the list. I want you guys to comment down below if you think it's if you think it's California or if you think it's New York or any other place in the United States. I'm gonna give you guys a second to comment down below. Number 2 on the list is, drumroll please, New York City. New York City is number 2. New York City is next on the list with its unforgettable garment district that has over 1,390 factories and fabric suppliers, all within blocks from each other. Who is surprised that New York is number 2? After being in the fashion industry and just traveling, and without even looking at like the data from my market research, platforms, I figured, because New York City does not have this one sector of manufacturers, everyone has to go overseas or to California for it. So that kind of just bumps New York City down. And a lot of women are like big fans of this. And we're going to get into it right now. So number 1 is California. So according to industryselect.com, the state has over 23,000 manufacturers employing 1 million manufacturing workers. California is also the nation's largest manufacturing state and has the strongest fashion manufacturing community. It has over 1,500 fashion factories that service apparel, jewelry, footwear, and home industry. The one thing that New York does not have, which is the footwear. A lot of the manufacturers, you have to go to California to get your footwear made, or you just have to go overseas. I have not come across any New York footwear manufacturer. The ones that I was informed about by my mentors or I came across in research, they all have shut down. This is even before the pandemic. So A lot of people would source me to go to California. And California, I mean, as big as the state it is, even though New York City is just one entity and New York State is big, but California is like, it's like New York, New Jersey, and I don't even know what else, like combined. Like California is just a big state, and it employs over 1 million people. So what do you expect for that community to be like? So if you enjoyed that video, definitely give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video to another fashion business brand, and let me know if you guys really enjoyed this list. If you live in this state, have you been finding factories or fabric supplies very easily? And are you considering, relocating or moving your business to any of these states so that you can be closer to these resources? Definitely let me know. Thanks for tuning in. Emergetype, where fashion meets discovery. I'm Akara Reed, and I'm going to check y'all out later, all right? Bye, y'all.